climbed a long way for this view. You better enjoy it. Just in case this is where the video starts, because I don't know what I've filmed so far. Hi, welcome to Malaga. This is the Plaza de la Constitution. I don't know how to pronounce anything in Spanish, and I feel like any sort of accent I attempt is either going to come out French or Italian. So I've been in Malaga for 2 days. I've done so much stuff, and I'm sorry I didn't film mostly any of it. But it somehow seems a bit rude when you have a lovely host showing you around. Wind, why now? Isn't this square great? It's super cool. If I had any sense of direction at all, I would know Malaga like the back of my hand by now. Malaga, Google it. Look at a map. It's like a warren of tiny streets that then converge on open spaces that are sometimes squares, but more often just a weird shape that has no name because it's where 3 to 7 streets suddenly meet. A lot of those have started to look familiar to me. We seem to have arrived at them from a different street every time and to have left by a different street every time. And Adrian's going to Paris for work tomorrow because people get to say things like that over here. So I'm on my own now. Got lost right off the bat. Tried to do it without a map. I know, I'm so silly. I'm trying to find a castle. I'm trying to find the other castle. Oh, I think I did film that. I'm at a castle. They all have names that I can't pronounce, but there are 2 castles. I'm at the lower, larger, more intact castle. We climbed up towards the old castle the other day for the view, which was lovely, but now we're exploring this building. This is gonna be a really jumbled vlog. I'm very excited. I'm having a great time. I don't really care if you can follow it. Let's go. I did it. I found another place that I know. So I'm at the top castle now, and I'm gonna sit here in the shade and tell you about my last 2 days until I stop sweating so profusely. First, we went to a nice rooftop bar and had a drink, and then a lot of Friday is a blur because Adrian was showing me around, but to me it just felt like we were walking in spirals. At one point we stopped at the Tourist Information Center to get me a map, and we walked by, there was a special religious festival for St. Victoria. Went to a beach and we walked by like this cool art place that has a lot of art, and it's just free. You just walk in. There's like kind of a bar, and there was some live music that we stopped to listen to, and then we stopped and there was an outdoor jazz concert and we stopped to listen to a bit of that. We went for supper at a place called Casa Lola. There's probably a duh or a la in there somewhere. Doesn't matter. Also, I read a book once. There was a character named Laura and everybody called her Lola for the whole book, and is Lola a nickname for Laura? Because it's the only place I've heard it like that, but this is not permission. Nobody call me Lola. Do I look like a Lola? Anyway, so I remember the name of that place. I think we may have wandered to the beach after we had supper. There was a lighthouse and some boats, and it's a blur. A great blur, but I can't remember the order of things. And then we stopped for another drink. Also, like, you know at home when you order like a gin and tonic and you get like a little bit gin? You get significantly more gin with your gin and tonics over here. Just something to be aware of. And then yesterday, we went up to the castle viewpoint. That's the viewpoint where I was yesterday. We went to a market that was crazy, and I'm going there tomorrow to buy food for the week, because I am here for almost a week. And then we went to the beach. We went to apparently a nicer beach than the ones in Malaga, but I'm going to the one in Malaga tomorrow, and I doubt I will find anything subpar about it. For those of you who have been to my home, you will know why. And then that night we went to dinner at a restaurant that also had a flamenco performance. We stopped for a drink on our way to the restaurant, and I tried something called vermouth, which is apparently Spanish and was awful. And then we went for a drink after, and I have footage of that. Apparently it's some beer, and that's how you're supposed to pour it so that it airs properly. We got a bit splashed, and like they would pour that much into your glass and then walk away. Once you drank it, they'd come back and do it all over again. And then we found another rooftop bar and we went for a drink there, and that was beautiful. You sit there and I watched the moon rise up over the castle, and the cathedral was right there, and it was like that was pretty fun. And then we ended up at a rock bar called ZZ Pub, and there was some live music, and that was fun. And then today we went to the lower castle, which you saw. Then we stopped on the beach and had a bit of food. I don't know if it was lunch, because then we had lunch later. I'm very confused about when people eat and what the meals are called here, but it's fine. And now here we are. I'm not lost. I'm still just as sweaty though, but we're gonna have to go explore this castle anyway. So I just met a few Asian kids who wanted to take a picture with me. I don't Am I just the whitest person they've ever seen? I don't really understand. More importantly, look at the beautiful view that I found. So this upper castle, there's not really much left of the castle itself. I think there's a museum over there that I can go check out. But mostly it's the ramparts, which they've redone. Like, look at that floor. And so it goes the whole way around and you just get a great view of the whole city and the ocean, and I'm enjoying it, even if I do currently have the consistency of a damp rag. So the building was not a museum, but a restaurant slash toilets. I'm gonna have to stop saying toilets when I go back to Canada. I can go back to saying washroom. Is washroom the Canadian one? Was it restroom? I just know that nobody understood that I needed to pee when I said it, so I started saying toilets, which was oddly graphic to begin with, and now is a habit that I'm going to have to break. I have this nice, quite large corner of a castle all to myself, so I think I'm just gonna sit here for a while. The walk back down is gonna be in direct sunlight, and I just gotta prepare. Before I forget, I ate fucking octopus legs. I could have sworn that Adrian asked if I liked pulled pork. You should have seen my face when suddenly this plate arrived with like 2 very pretty octopus legs. One of the thingies managed to suction itself to my tooth. It was fine. It was a bit chewy, but it was fine. So I'm in this beautiful cathedral. There's choir practice going on behind me. Wait for it. I accidentally went to mass. I could have left once I realized what was happening, but I stayed for the choir. And at the end, a bunch of us stayed to listen to the choir, and the choir was delighted to keep singing for us, and then the church people turned off the lights on us. Hello. It is now Monday, mid-afternoon at this point. First thing I did this morning was go to the beach. I rented like a little bed thing and an umbrella. Then I went swimming, and then I got to lie in the shade. And then I went to the market. I bought cheese and bread and fruit and nuts and a little smoothie thing. I had a great lunch. Now I'm going to a museum because, as I said, it's mid-afternoon, and mid-afternoon is too hot for me. This is going to be my strategy for the next few days. I'm very excited. Can you imagine having an outdoor amphitheater somewhere where it's pretty much a guarantee that it won't rain during your show? What? So today's museum was about Picasso. He was born here. It was interesting. Didn't leave a lasting impression. So it's 8:15 and the sun is finally setting, and it just, oh, you can't really see in the camera, but it's beautiful, like, light pastel pinks and blues, and it's, oh. Anyway, it's gorgeous. I'll come back and I'll show you this in the sunlight tomorrow, because I rented a little thing under one of those umbrellas over there. I'm cold. Not like cold, but vaguely cool. Enough that if I had a scarf, I would put it on. It is also 9:30 at night and I'm still in just a sundress. But I didn't know that could happen here. Good morning. It is Tuesday. That's the market. I'm here early today. It has been much busier the other 2 days that I've been here. I'm in the fruit section. Gotta go find the bread section. It smells great. Oh, here's a fish section. They're still setting up. I'm too early, but I got fresh bread. Most cities seem to have a Ferris wheel type thing. There was one in Toulouse, there's the London Eye, there's this one. Welcome to the port. It's pretty nice. There are some very big ships. I forgot my towel. No. All right, I went to that shop and I bought a towel for $3.50. And now welcome to the beach. Let's go. Went for a lovely swim. This is my view. Isn't it lovely? So I'm gonna be here for several hours. I'm going on a boat tour. I love boat tours. You get to watch the sunset, and then it's just beautiful lighting all around. We're on a rooftop bar, so you can't see anything. The camera does not do very well in the dark. Good morning, it is Wednesday. Off to the beach. And for my fellow nerd fighters, puff waffles are high this morning. I had a sardines there the other day. I was so relieved when we didn't have to eat the heads. So I booked another boat tour because this one, if the sea is flat, they're gonna let me go swimming. And yesterday, when I got on that boat and I saw the slide, all I could think was, I will slide down in my sundress if they're gonna let me get in the water. So, yeah. The ruins were open and free. There used to be like a giant wall back there that would have had all the pillars and would have gone behind the set. Because they also did like political propaganda stuff in the theater as well. And so they've got a plaque from somebody who is like, me and my wife donated 4 pillars to the construction of this theater because the people asked us to. And like, we still do that, whether you're donating stones for the Globe Theater or benches in parks. Like, I love it. I love it. 2,000 years, we still fundraise in the same ways. Now I'm on this kind of boat, risking it in the sun. We'll see how it goes. So that was our boat. I swam for as long as they let me. It was great. Less great, some of you might remember, small boats and ocean swells and me. Not the best combination sometimes. It was fine, but originally my plan was to go for a nice drink here, but I think I just need to walk for a bit, and I don't think this is a situation when alcohol would help. That's it, I leave tomorrow. I don't have anything else exciting planned, so thanks for watching. Subscribe to find out where I go next. Bye! Everyone that we've encountered, they look at me and they know to speak English. Fair enough. I feel like I'm tanned. Do I look tanned? Probably not. But yeah, I definitely stood out at the beach. I kind of blended in with the sand.